Welcome to Webgility ReCap, a series of videos aimed at getting you started using Webgility. In this video, we'll go over the posting settings for your sales tax in QuickBooks POS. If you've already completed the connection for your store or accounting software, you can get there by going to Integrations, Accounting POS ERP, and then Posting Settings. This video will specifically cover the Sales Tax tab. And for some, sales tax can be a bit of a minefield, so if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to our team and we can answer any questions you might have. Webgility has the ability to take sales tax calculated at your online store and carry it over to QuickBooks POS for you. In this video, we'll go over how to accomplish that step by step using our recommended process. By default, you'll notice that this setting is already checked to let QuickBooks POS recalculate sales tax and ignore the sales tax calculated at the store. This can work as long as you have your sales tax jurisdictions set up in QuickBooks to mirror exactly how they're calculated in your online store. However, most of the time this is not the case. And if you leave this setting checked, POS will recalculate the sales tax a little differently than the store, and you'll end up with a mismatch. To correct this, we'll first want to do a couple of things in Point of Sale, so make sure you're logged in as admin. The first thing you want to do is create a sales tax line item to route your sales tax to. If you click the I want to button at the top, and then click add item or add if you're already in the item list. For the item name, it's useful to keep it simple. Online sales tax is generally what we recommend. But if you have multiple stores with different rates and calculations, you can create line items for each of your connections and name them accordingly. For the item type, we'll set it to non-inventory. The department can be whatever you'd like. Generally, something like system or miscellaneous is a good start. And you can set the tax to non or tax here, but we'll be setting the tax rate to 0% for both of them, so this doesn't matter too much. If you're connected to QuickBooks Financials, you'll also notice a box that says QuickBooks Options here as well. You'll want to set the income account here, this middle one, to wherever you want to process your sales tax liability. We have an article that walks through this process thoroughly, but you can create a holding account to make sure that it's kept accessible and in a separate place. Again, if you have questions on this, feel free to reach out. After you've set all of the above up, go ahead and click Save. Next thing we'll do is set up a sales tax jurisdiction for you. To do this, you'll go to File at the top left, Preferences, and Company. From here, you'll go to Sales Tax in the left-hand side. If you're connected to QuickBooks Desktop, it'll try to make sure the connection is established before you make any changes. We're going to add a sales tax location here. In this case, we're going to name it Online Sales. This is effectively creating a sales tax jurisdiction in QuickBooks that will set it to a 0% tax rate. Since your store is already calculating it and the customer is already paid, we don't want QuickBooks to add any additional tax or calculate incorrectly. You can verify this by seeing tax is set to no tax, and non is also set to no tax. You can edit the tax code here and set it manually to 0 in this next screen here under single rate tax by hitting 0% and then confirming. Again, it's already set to no tax, so this is more of a precautionary measure. From here, you'll go ahead and hit Save, and then we'll go back over to Webgility. Under Webgility, we now want to pull in those changes we just made inside of QuickBooks POS. You'll notice that there's a refresh button at the bottom right-hand side of the window, and clicking that will pull in any of those changes that we just made. Once this is refreshed, you'll want to click the option Record Sales Tax Calculated from Online Store as a line item in QuickBooks POS. You'll see two drop-downs here, and we're going to go ahead and make sure both of these reflect the location and sales tax line item that we just created. It looks like the line item is right here, and the sales tax location is Online Sales. You can also click the checkbox for enable a mix of taxable and non-taxable items. Again, both of these are set to 0%, so it doesn't really matter, but it's good to make sure just in case. Finally, you'll notice that there was a third option for sales tax in Webgility to use Avalara to calculate sales tax. We partner with Avalara to make sure you have access to make the process as painless as possible. So if all this is too much for you, or if you'd like to speak to an Avalara rep through our Sales Tax Nexus or any other questions you have, you can reach out to them directly, or someone on our team can get you in touch, no problem. For now, you're all set with sales tax. This also concludes the configuration portion of the setup as it relates to order posting and settings. Once you hit save and close, you're good to go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.